Welcome, it's denome. For the last 5 years, since 2019, I have been on the lookout for the perfect trading bot, and I think I found a pretty close resemblance of a perfect trading bot in my opinion. So in this video, I will help you set up your first trading bot completely free on 3commas.io. I have been using this platform for the last 6 months, and here you can see my profits going from since basically March 7th of 2024. So right now I'm holding a profit of $2,352, and I could have made a lot more profit. Obviously, I have been just trying out the bot, trying different settings with it, and now as I'm making this video, I'm starting to scale up my investment into this. As you can see, my real account currently is showing a balance of $52,000. That's not the amount I was using with the bot initially. It's just now that I've started to use the bot much more. So this is a pretty nice profit in my opinion. It could be much better, but it's still quite nice. And the platform that we're using is 3commas.io. Here you can see their pricing plans. The free plan, it allows you to have 3 active smart trades, 1 signal bot, 1 grid bot, and 1 DCA bot. I personally have the pro plan, and it is more than enough for my needs. I could use the expert plan, but I feel like 50 DCA bots is more than enough. It's even too much for me, to be honest. And by the way, if you want to get any of these higher tiers, make sure to actually register with my affiliate link, because then you get 40% off on the paid plans. Even if you get the free plan, you should still register with the affiliate link, because you cannot enter a referral code later on after you already signed up. So might as well use my affiliate link, which is simply denome. Now for the bot itself, before I show you all of the features and all these things, I'll show you what you should do first when you sign up with 3commas. So first you should go to the dashboard section here and select beginner's guide, because here you have a very short videos about how to use these bots in different scenarios, and they are explained to you by TJ Miller, who was, by the way, in Deadpool 1 movie, if you remember that one. These are pretty funny videos, and they will give you the idea how to use these bots. But in this video, I will just show you how you can actually set your first bot with 3commas. So signal bot, this is a very good bot as well. How that works is, if you have a Tradingview account, you can basically set up any custom alert from TradingBot, send it to 3commas, and then 3commas will initiate trading for you on the platform. Then you have DCA bot. DCA bot stands for dollar cost average bot, and this, in my opinion, is the best DCA bot on the market by far. There's a lot of customization that you can use here. You can have multiple layered trading system, basically trading for you 24/7. This is the only bot that I use with 3commas.io. Then you have grid bot, which is almost the same as DCA bot, but it's a little bit more limited in my opinion. So I just find DCA bot much more superior. Then you have smart trade, which is not exactly a bot, but it basically gives you advanced trading tools that your exchange normally just doesn't have. So that is there as well. Then you have something called marketplace, which allows you to basically copy other people's bots. I haven't done it. Some of these cost money. I rather just have my own bot trading for me. So that's what I am using. So now if you want to start a bot, you simply click this button here, and then you select the bot that you want to create. In this example, let's use the DCA bot. And obviously when you set up the bot, you first have to name it. And for this one, let's just use example BTC USD bot. And here, then you need to select the exchange that you want to trade on. As you can see, I've connected a bunch of exchanges here. For this example, let's actually just click the connect another exchange, because your view will be completely empty at first. So you click this one, and then you select the exchange from these supported exchanges here. I'm affiliated with Bybit, so I'm gonna use that as an example for this video. You simply need to connect to your Bybit account By the way, it can be a sub account or your main account, and that's why I do like the Bybit a lot. So you can simply log into your Bybit account, then click this button here, and then you're basically good to go, and it has been set up. So what I recommend you to have is a sub account only for your bot, or a few sub accounts for a couple of your bots. Don't trade with your main account for the reason that your bot trading doesn't interfere with your actual trading. So that's what I recommend you to do. So once you have your exchange, whatever you selected here, set and ready to go, let's use Bybit Spot in this example. Then you need to select trading pair. And for this example, let's actually just use Bitcoin and USDC trading pair. Then you can select the, actually let me just give you the settings first, and then you can select if, I will explain the settings later on. So if you select the long bot, and the base order is $100, quote USDC is, the profit currency is USDC. We start with a market order. We don't open the trade immediately. We want to use an indicator. For this example, let's use RSI 14, and let's use 1 day time frame. The condition is less than 30. And by the way, before I continue and show you the rest, you have to do the same pledge that I had to do when I was shown how to use 3commas.io by one of my followers. He told me he can help me set up the bot, but I had to pledge that I will give 10% of my profits to charity. And I want you to make the same pledge, and I'm not going to come over to your house and demand that you give your money to a charity, but at least it will sting in your heart if you make a lot of money with the bot here. So make a pledge, and let's continue. You could select multiple conditions for your start, but for this example, let's just use one indicator here. Then take profit. Let's select percentage from total volume. It's much better than base order. Target profit. Let's select conservatively 40%. No, not that much. Let's select 15%. Let's be conservative. Then you could select a trailing stop. The trailing stop option, in my experience, only works with Binance and Bybit accounts. So this allows you to squeeze in a little bit more profit at the end of your price pump, if the price pump continues to the upside without a major pullback. I like to keep this at 0.2%. So sometimes I don't make the full profit 15%, I make 14.8%, but sometimes I can get much more profit at the end. So I like to keep a small trailing profit here as well. Then I don't want to reinvest 100%, I want to take profits and lock those in. So let's keep this at 50%. You could have it at 0%, but let's just keep it at 50. Stop loss, we will use a stop loss of 15% in this example. It currently says that you cannot use this, but I will fix it soon. It will work. And we want to have the risk reduction, obviously, at 100%. Then for safety orders, let's use $20. And by the way, the base order was $100. And then we select the amount of safety orders, 5 safety orders. Max active safety order count is 1. And then safety order scale is 1, and step scale is 1 as well. Then advanced settings, cooldown between deals. This can be 60 seconds. And then we want to have a maximum price where the bot actually works. For now, I like to keep this at $65,000 because the price currently is basically hovering here. I don't want the bot to work basically above this range here. I don't want the bot to initiate above that range, I mean. But you could have this as 0 as well. Maybe that would be better. Let's actually put it for 0, because I want you to have a bot that you don't have to configure all the time, every time. Then we are basically ready to go. These were the settings here. So how does this bot work now that we have the settings? Well, you can go to the table section here, and you can even take a look at the overview. So you can see the max number of money that this bot will use is $200. And then by the way, no, the bot settings were not right. This had to be 2%. Now the max deviation that you will continue to invest is 10%. So the price of Bitcoin can basically drop 10% and you still are buying more Bitcoin. But after 10%, you're basically all in on the bot already. Then we can go to the table section here as well, and you can have a breakdown of each individual purchase. So you can see the minimum deviation is 0%, which is our initial order, obviously, 2%, 4%, 6%, 8%, and 10%. And here you can see the amount of USD it invests in each of these intervals. And here you can see the maximum price drawdown where it will make its final purchase. And then you can see what is going to be the average price at each of these price points, and what is your take profit target for each price level as well, which is quite nice to see. Before you set anything, you can just play with these settings, find the settings that you really like, what makes a lot of sense to you. Like for example here, if we go all the way down here, you can see the maximum, the price has to go to $68,147 before you close in a profit. So if you say, let's actually use safety order size of 40, and let's see how that changes. You can see that the price actually came down almost $700. So you can basically set your bot in almost any way that you want. That's how the bot would work here. So let's put it back to 20 for this example here. And now, how does it work in real life? So this, what we are currently looking at, is obviously tradingview.com, and here you can chart the price of Bitcoin. And here below you have your RSI indicator. And my RSI indicator, I've set it into number 14 here, which is what I prefer. And then I'm currently looking at the 1-day view here as well. So now, since we set our bot condition to start at RSI 14 less than 30, every time the RSI falls below the number 30 here, then the bot will make its first purchase of $100. And then it will trade or buy more Bitcoin at every 2% price drop. So the bot would have started here because the RSI went below 30. And from here, you would be looking at, if the bot didn't capture the absolute bottom, maybe your average price would be somewhere here. You would have been able to capture a price move of roughly, let's say, at least 50%. That's pretty nice. The next time the RSI went below 30 was right about here at this bottom. So from here, the let's say your average price would have been somewhere here. Maybe it was a little bit better, but you would have been able to get maybe another 50%, 50% on your capital. Very nice. Next time the bot would have started was here, so right about during this crash here. So maybe your average price would have entered somewhere here, and from here, obviously, let's say you would have been able to get like 50% as well. Maybe you would have been able to get all the way up here, like 85%. That would have been quite nice. Then we narrowly did not enter into a new trade in this bottom, unfortunately. So we missed this bottom, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Cannot have it 100% perfect. But even in this case, you would have been able to gain quite nicely on this bull run here. So 50%, 50%, and 85% optimally. Now, if you had not used the bot, but you simply basically were able to somehow catch the absolute bottom, then you would be looking at a profit of 358%, which is much better, obviously, than what you were able to make with a bot. But not many people are able to absolutely buy the bottom and absolutely buy the top. And the bot allows you to basically have a different risk profile from your normal investing, which is kind of like a diversification of your portfolio and your capital as well. So even with these settings, quite nice. The next time the bot would have fired was at the bottom here. And from there, maybe the price was somewhere around here. So let's say from here to here, that's roughly a 15% pump to the upside, and then it would have started here at the bottom as well. So from these settings, this is the optimum scenario, let's say the best case scenario. But let's see what we had as our target profit. Our target profit was only 15%. So in this example here, you would have basically been able to capture all of these four price moves here. However, if you're looking at the worst case scenario, which would have been obviously in the bear market here. So if the bot would have started buying here, it would not have been able to lock in that 15% profit in this small pump here. Instead, the market would have started to trend to the downside here. And since our stop loss was set as 15%, you would have basically taken a 15% loss on your capital right about here. So that would have been a little bit unfortunate, but then you would not have been basically entered all the way down here with minus 60% move. So the stop loss would have saved your ass basically from further downside. And then the bot would have actually started to trade once again at this bottom here. And let's see what's the price move. It's minus 19% unfortunately. So the bot would have actually come out of the trade, and then it would have initiated a new trade because the RSI was below 30 here again. So then from here, you would have been able to easily get out of the market at a hefty profit. With these settings, you can currently see that maybe you would have wanted to have a little bit more, a higher target price than just 15%. Maybe you wanted to have a target profit of, let's say, at least 20%. Let's go crazy. So with these kind of settings, you can now see here it would have made a nice profit. Here obviously would have, unless you got stomped out, maybe you would have stomped out one time and then you would have re-entered and made back your money. With these settings, the bot would have basically worked in all conditions. Not necessarily perfectly, but pretty well. Now you can set up all kinds of different customizations, but I just showed you one bot, one way you can use this bot here. Do you want to see another way how you can use this bot? If you want to continue watching, if you don't want to, that's fine. You don't have to watch until the end of the video. This is pretty much all you needed to know. But before you go, and you don't have a exchange account yet, make sure to use one of my affiliate links in the description to get discount on these exchanges. I'm affiliated with Bybit, so for Bybit, you actually get extra rewards if you sign up under my affiliate link. So currently for the next 76 days, you can get $500 airdrop campaign if you actually sign up under my affiliate code in Bybit as well. And you can also get 10% discount on your trading fees with my code. And if you deposit more than $3,000, or actually even if you deposit just $100, you are able to get $15 as basically bonus money, as a welcoming bonus. If you deposit even more money, you are eligible for even higher bonuses. And there's constant competitions with Bybit all the time. So all in all, Bybit is a very, very good platform you can trade on. You can trade futures here. You can trade inverse futures with Bybit as well, which I'm currently testing out also. And all in all, Bybit is a pretty good platform as well. So now let's actually take a look at one of my advanced bots that I've been using that I really, really like. So let's go for my DCA bot. So I will just show you the settings that I have for the bot that has made me most amount of money. And this is actually trading PAX G BTC trading pair, which is a little bit weird because I'm not trading a USD pair. So my idea for PAX G BTC pair is that I want to accumulate more Bitcoin. I don't want to accumulate fiat currency. I want to accumulate Bitcoin. And how I do it is through the interaction between the price of gold, which is a PAX-G, which is tokenized gold, and then with the price of Bitcoin. When you pull out that chart, this is, by the way, using Binance, so PAX-G BTC, you can see something interesting here. The first thing is that it looks like the Bitcoin USD chart. However, this is the inverse version, obviously, because we're looking at PAX-G Bitcoin, not Bitcoin USD. So this is basically, when you look at it, the price of how many Bitcoin does one PAX-G cost. That's basically the chart here. And for this, what it does, when I go to the settings here, and by the way, here you can see all of my settings, I selected this strategy as long. Here's my target profit, which is currently a little bit conservative. Here are my RSI settings. My base order is 1 PAX-G for every time the bot fires. I actually have 40 orders ready to go with this bot. So I have a lot of safety orders. So the price of Bitcoin can basically pump upwards of 40%. And then that will be my final buy order. Then what else you have here? Interesting. So the idea is I'm holding Bitcoin on Binance. And as the price of Bitcoin goes higher, then it will sell my Bitcoin and turn it into PAX-G. And when the price of Bitcoin crashes, like it always does, then it will convert that PAX-G back into Bitcoin at a profit. So I'm accumulating more Bitcoin with this bot. And there's an interesting phenomena with PAX-G, which is these interesting wicks in Binance. So sometimes PAX-G is not 100% liquid on Binance. And when there's a lot of price volatility on Bitcoin, the price of PAX-G can shoot up higher than is the actual price of gold in a spot market. So sometimes I'm able to catch these insane pumps here and make a lot of profit. And since I have a trailing stop loss, where is it? Trailing, where is my trailing? Trailing stop loss of 0.2%. One time I was able to capture this jump here in August, and instead of me making 4% profit, I made 7% profit in this pump here, which was quite nice. So this is basically me accumulating more Bitcoin. So even though this shows that I made a profit of $1,665, that's not accurate because I have been accumulating more Bitcoin. That just shows the price of Bitcoin at the time that I was able to close the profit. But if the price of Bitcoin continues to go higher, then my actual profit is obviously higher than 1,665. So this is accumulating more Bitcoin to me on the spot exchange. I don't have to worry about liquidations, none of that. So this is a cool bot that I was able to set up. It's working pretty well, I have to say, and I'm quite happy about it. One time, unfortunately, I closed this at a loss, and then the price turned around, and then I wasn't able to make the profit. Then I have another cool bot that I want to actually show you, and that's on the Bybit inverse perpetual futures. So the idea of this never liquidate me bot is also that I'm holding Bitcoin on Bybit, and I'm using Bitcoin as collateral to buy more Bitcoin. So I'm longing Bitcoin with Bitcoin. So the idea here is I'm aiming for a 15% profit, and I have 40 safety orders as well. And the price of Bitcoin can crash 50% from my original price point before I get liquidated. So obviously that can still happen, so it's not 100% never liquidate, but that's the idea of the bot. So if the price of Bitcoin falls roughly 50%, then I will lose my capital. But I will never lose my capital, because if we go near there, I will deposit more money, I will stop the bot, I will deposit more money on the exchange, and then I will basically use that money to buy more Bitcoin at a cheaper price. So I'm just using Bitcoin to get more Bitcoin with this bot. And this is using extremely low leverage. I'm talking that with this bot, the maximum leverage at minus 49% is 1x. So it's a very, very, very extremely low risk, low reward bot. But if the price of Bitcoin goes 2x, I may be able to get 15% extra on my Bitcoin. Now you could put your Bitcoin in whatever revenue generating DeFi platform as well. But I thought this was a pretty fun way to do it also. So this is one bot that I just started to use not too long ago. So I don't have long-term information on this. So if you do use this bot, use it at your own risk. But there's a lot of different customizations that you can do with 3 commas, like I showed you, different ways how you can do it, how you can use it. And I've had a lot of fun with it. And now I will be using it even more going into the future as well. So if you want to sign up, obviously just use denome code here and use my other referral codes. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below what you thought of this video. And let me know if you want to try out the free plan or not. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.